This is the Frederick Murphy Scholarship. This scholarship was established in loving memory of Lieutenant Frederick Murphy, a member of the Archbishop Williams class of 1966, who gave his life in service to our country as an officer and aviator in the United States Navy. Lieutenant Murphy is one of our school's fallen heroes, whose name is engraved on the beautiful memorial just outside the gymnasium. As I said before, I commend it to you if you haven't already seen it. The scholarship was presented to 4 students who are in good academic standing, who demonstrate a sound character, abiding faith, and respect for others and citizenship that Lieutenant Murphy embodied throughout his life. We extend our deepest appreciation to the members of the Murphy family and friends who have supported the scholarship for the past 15 years. It has allowed many young men and women to realize their dream of receiving an Archbishop Williams education. And no one has been more proud of the scholarship and what it means for the future of these young people, and to honor Lieutenant Murphy's memory than his brother Jim, who graduated from Archie's in 1968. He has lived a life that reflects all of the best that Archbishop Williams tries to instill in his students. A life of ethical clarity, intellectual curiosity, physical and spiritual health, Christian values, morally and socially aware citizenship, and service to the community. Jim always knew the value and responsibility we owe to each other as part of a big family, and embraced his role with kindness, charity, presence, and unfailing willingness to lend a hand. The second oldest of 9 children, family responsibility was foisted upon him at the age of 20 when both his dad and his older brother Fred died far too young. It was a heavy load to bear as Jim pursued his education in Northeastern, oftentimes working as many as 3 jobs to pay tuition and help support his family. Jim's co-op at Northeastern provided a platform, however, from which he could demonstrate his deeply caring persona, working with disabled and special needs children, serving as an attendant in a psychiatric hospital, as well as tending to people suffering at Mass General for both horrible burns and paraplegia. Unlike far too many others, Jim didn't recoil from the unfortunate among us, but rather treated them with uncommon tenderness, serving as a model to others about the power of caring, a trait that embodies his life. Over the years, Jim continued to help those in need, volunteering in food kitchens and other community service organizations. Even today, he's working with at-risk youth through a boat building and sailing program on the Potomac River in D.C., his home now for more than 40 years. Anyone who knows Jim knows that he's not as serious as his older brother Fred. He loved and still loves a good time. He brought that same joie de vivre with him when he moved to D.C. from Boston to take a job at our national capital, working first as a Capitol Police Office and then in the Congressional Accounting Office, where he became an indispensable colleague. Through his work in D.C., Jim met and rubbed elbows with many political and social luminaries, including then Senator Barack Obama, Woodstock legend Richie Havens, and Mary Travers of Peter, Paul, and Mary. And a particular note to Boston fans, he had a regularly scheduled annual luncheon with a colleague's father, none other than Red Auerbach, the legendary Celtics coach. In short, Jim could and should write a book about his D.C. adventures. Over the years, Jim was also there to help his mom, who recently passed away at 101 years old, and to help one of his brothers who suffered from schizophrenia. He has been and always will be there to lend an ear and a hand to his friends, brothers, and sisters, and his many nieces and nephews. Uncle Jim has always been ready to step into the breach for anyone who needed help, and has done so without judgment, without expectation of praise or reward. But it is indeed praise and thanks that you deserve, Jim, and we ask you to please come forward. And so it is my privilege to announce this morning that your family and friends want to honor you by founding and fully funding the James S. Murphy Endowment of the Frederick M. Murphy Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $500,000, so that deserving students now and for the foreseeable future can enjoy all the benefits of an Archbishop Williams education. today and always. Congratulations and thank you for all you've done for so many. Fred and Jim's brother Paul Murphy and sister Tricia are here with us this morning. Would you please join us? This year's Fred Murphy Scholarship are awarded to freshmen Salvatore Altavesta and Naisha Lerick, and sophomores Nathan Killian and Maria Sacco. Please come forward. I just want to finish on a high note.